Hi folks, I'm Nathan with Two Guys in a Ride, and today we're out here at the Chanhassen Autoplex. We're here with Mike and this fantastic garage that he has, this crime-fighting garage. So, Mike, tell us a little bit about your garage.
Well, this is a new garage, actually, that I've had for about a year and a half, and I've been in the security systems business for about over 50 years. So I thought at one point, I started out with muscle cars, and I thought, you know, I should have a crime fighter car garage. So I would say about 5, 6, 7 years ago, we started with a Batmobile and added cars that, for the most part, were involved with crime fighting.
Okay.
Most of them are fantasy crime fighters. They're not, you know, but they were usually all on TV or in movies. And so the culmination is that we've made this crime fighter garage, and I think you're going to look at this mural that we've had, which is kind of like a Batman mural that's on the wall. It's 18 feet by 33.
Beautiful.
It's pretty spectacular. Yeah, that's really the heart of the garage right now. And then underneath it are two Batmobiles. One is a 1966, which was actually signed by Adam West. I was fortunate enough to meet him. Wow. And the other one is from the 1989 Michael Keaton played Batmobile, and that's the one where it shot all the fire out the back and the guns are coming up the front and everything. It's pretty cool when you watch it in the movie. And they're right underneath the mural, which seemed like a really, you know, fitting place to go there. Yeah. So what I tried to do with this, and then we can look at some cars, is that we've developed this into a 501c3. Okay. Because at the Chanhassen Autoplex, we've always had raised money for charities.
Correct.
And being with these kind of cars, we always get a lot of kids and families and everybody through. And thought, well, maybe there's a way we can use the cars and actually contribute more money or raise some more money, whether it be go to events or help people that are doing events by bringing a couple of the cars and maybe a character or two and helping them get more people and raise more money. And the source of the garage will be to help law enforcement, first responders, those types of folks. Okay. All right. And those are associated with crime fighting and helping people. What a perfect combination. So that's what we're going to be spending the time doing now.
Awesome. Well, Mike, we are excited to take a review of your some of your cars you have here.
Great.
And so for those of you watching, there will be a couple cars coming up, all from Mike's collection. So let's get started.
You're on.
All right, working our way a little back farther in the crime-fighting garage. Right. We're here again with Mike, and we're here with the Robo Cop car.
Now, this is kind of an interesting story. I, honest to God, don't know anybody else who's got a Robo Cop car. No. And for that reason, maybe would even want a Robo Cop car. However, this is a 1986 Taurus. Okay. And they probably made tens of thousands of these. But you try and find one. It's almost impossible. And what happened with this I purchased down in outside of Houston, Texas, which is actually where the movie was, or the films were shot. And the guy I bought it from actually had Peter Weller, who was RoboCop, in this car driving up to get an award. Okay, so while he was in there, on the other side, Peter Weller, RoboCop, actually did sign the car. And according to the guy that I bought it from, Peter Weller said to him, you know, this car was a piece of crap when we made the movie, and this car I'm riding up here is still a piece of crap. So it fit really well in with the story. This car probably sat outside in Texas for about 10 years. And when I bought it, the guy I bought it from said, you know, we've had our mechanic working on it for 3 weeks, and we think it's just a little bit of, I don't remember what he said, under the hood and whatever. And so we got it up here, and it was, we think it was hit by lightning, because every part of this car has been rewired. Every single part. Now, it looks like on the outside, but it looks like it would have been that RoboCop would have driven into the Detroit police car with the bullet holes. The only thing it did have, if you watch the movie, it did have a cracked windshield, and I did have to put in a new windshield. I thought that was a little bit over the top of not being safe. But it does drive real well, and like a lot of the cars in the collection, if I may,
yes,
let me show you some things that it does. As you can see, the inside is like an 86 Taurus that's been well used. Okay, and if we turn some switches on, okay, you'll notice the lights go.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And actually, this computer, it's hard to see from in here, but if remember, Robo Cop had a computer,
you would type.
And you can enter things in here. So I tell people, yeah, give me your driver's license number. Let me see where you're going, okay?
It's just neat that you can enter the numbers.
Yeah, but the other thing,
Yo, Creep.
he talks.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me. Yo, Creep.
So he does. They do a lot of different things, you know, that are just kind of fun.
That is really neat.
That looks like it works. You can see in-state wanted missing person.
Oh, fun!
So that's what we did a check on you. So
that's
yeah, so you know.
You only got one out for me?
Well, I don't know. I got to scroll down.
Oh, better stop.
Oh, there. Oh, no, there's two out for you. So anyway, yeah, and Peter Weller, I said, signed it over there, and so it now it does drive. I don't think that I drove it from my shop in Bloomington out here, and it was fine. I don't think I'd want to take it on any real long trips. But
how many stairs did you get on the road?
You get a lot of stairs.
I bet you do.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of fun. The thing that you got to watch out for with almost all these that you're driving, especially the Batmobiles and Scooby-Doo, is people hanging out with their cell phones. You know.
Oh yeah, and then to be distracted.
Being distracted drivers. Yeah.
But
you can see, you know, the dash is all.
Oh, it's appropriately weathered and
it's
cracked.
It's appropriately weathered. It's in.
Exterior's been. I don't know what they did to this.
Well,
but
I think it's distressed
and painted, but it looks
like primer.
Yeah,
like you'd have in the RoboCop would.
Yeah.
And if you watch the movie, the car looks it was an '86 Taurus. It was just like this, so it looks pretty similar. Yeah. And the bumper on the front, so you can ram somebody and the lights and everything. So
I remember watching these movies. That's just fun to see a really good replica of it.
And actually, it's surprising. Like in Scooby-Doo, one of the hardest things to find when we redid it was the shag carpeting. You know,
okay.
If I would have known in my apartment in the '70s, I would have kept it. But 86 Tauruses, finding parts and things was very, very difficult to do.
It is really surprising because there were a million of them.
There were a million of them made, but there aren't any around. Yeah, it's crazy. And I think like a lot of maybe first-year cars, you know, they do something the first year, and then after that, they don't necessarily make the same parts for the cars after that.
They change them a little bit.
We've found that to be the case before. Oh. So yeah, this is one of the one of my newer deals was a RoboCop.
Well, this is fun. It's just like stepping into a movie set.
It absolutely is.
And that's what's fun about it. It brings back so many great memories.
Right.
That's really nice. Yeah. Mike, thank you so much for
You're welcome.
Spending your time showing us with a RoboCop car.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching.